Hi, this is Janelle from Black Barn Bakery. We're going to talk about milk substitutions, specifically in baked goods, and also some milk substitutes that you could use in main courses. In our house, the vanilla flavored rice stream is used exclusively as a drinking milk and also for cereal. Rice milk, if you've ever tried it, has a very different consistency than cow's milk. It's much thinner. Some people would say it's watery. It is an acquired taste. All of these different milk replacers are an acquired taste. They are just simply different than dairy milk. But this is a nice option because vanilla adds that additional sweetness. And I use this almost exclusively in baking as well. With specifically gluten-free baking, any sort of additional sweetness that you can add without adding additional sugar is a benefit. The original flavored rice stream works for baked goods where there's not a sweetness, so something like rolls, some breads work. We did not at one time have original flavored rice stream in the house, and we were making macaroni and cheese. In fact, we didn't have any milk of any sort, cow or otherwise, in the house. We ended up using the vanilla flavored in with the macaroni and cheese. It was not pretty. So this is what I would recommend. Use this for something that does not have a distinctively sweet kind of flavor. This is my new favorite. Almond milk, specifically the dark chocolate flavor. This is the Silk brand. You can find this in the refrigerated section. And what I like about this is that sometimes with the rice stream, the chocolate flavor, there can be a separation that happens. And that's just simply natural. But with this, I find that there is no separation. So you can have a glass of this set on the counter, and there isn't a separation of a water layer and the rest of the milk after time. We did an experiment. We put these into popsicle containers in the freezer. So we now have like fudgesicles out of this, and it's really good. Coconut milk is wonderful. It's smooth, it's creamy. Coconut milk is wonderful for baked goods. It's also really good for things that are creamy, like pumpkin pie or custardy pudding type of things. This is actually a new product to me. I saw this on the shelf at the local food co-op, and I was ecstatic to find it. I've had a couple moms visit with me about their use of coconut milk, and we're always comparing notes about what's the best bargain, where can you get the best bargain, and this was, I believe, $2.35 at our local food co-op. And so I haven't cracked into this yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I've also done some reading about hemp milk. Hemp milk is an option for those of us that have a nut sensitivity. This is a plant milk. This happens to be the unsweetened vanilla version. This has a distinctive flavor. At times it can be overpowering, so not necessarily something that you'd want to use with cereal, but definitely something that you could incorporate into a baked good or into a main dish, something like coconut curry, where you need that kind of sweetness as well as creaminess. This would work for you. The dairy-free milks, these are like powdered milk, but they're not milk. They're free of literally everything: fat-free, soy-free, rice-free, gluten-free, casein-free, protein-free. I have only used the white milk version in a baked good, and it worked well. This is not necessarily something that I would recommend drinking by the glass. This is an acquired taste. I have also not tried the chocolate version. This was actually a free sample that I picked up. But one of the moms that I visit with highly recommended this as hot cocoa. And I think that would really be divine as well. Lastly, this is, I think, the find of the year for me. This is MimicCreme. Probably a year ago, I was asked at a farmer's market, what do you use as a heavy cream substitute? And quite frankly, I didn't have an answer because I just don't cook that way. But earlier this summer, we took a family vacation to the North Shore of Minnesota, and we stopped at a lovely restaurant. It's called the Angry Trout in Grand Marais. And they have a salmon chowder, or in their case, it's a trout chowder recipe. We bought their cookbook, brought it home, and my husband made the soup at home, and he kept saying, we really need to make this somehow for all of us so that we can enjoy it. Well, I found this on the shelf at our local food co-op, and I use this in our version of salmon chowder. We used salmon instead of trout. Oh my, is all I can say. It's fabulous. I have not actually tried this as itself. I've only mixed this into entrees, so I can't tell you what it tastes like on its own, but I can tell you that it does impart that creaminess. It doesn't have a sweet flavor. This actually has this is a nut and cashew base, but it is gluten-free as well as dairy-free, so this is also an option. Give these different milk options a try. We have not covered milks such as soy and oat and a handful of other milks out there. These happen to be my favorite at this point in time. Let me know what your favorites are. Enjoy.